Picture this, you've spent $80,000 on a decked out overlanding rig. It's got 37-inch tires, a roof rack worth more than most people's cars, and enough LED light bars to illuminate a small city or a big city. You pull into a remote campsite feeling pretty smug about your adventure machine. And you're immediately schooled by a soccer mom in a minivan who's sleeping better, carrying more gear, getting twice your gas mileage, and here's the kicker, she didn't have to take out a second mortgage to do it. Welcome to the most controversial opinion in overlanding. The all-wheel drive minivan isn't just a viable adventure vehicle, it's actually the best adventure vehicle money can buy for 95% of what people call overlanding. And I'm about to prove it to you with cold hard facts that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about adventure travel. Buckle up, because we're about to slaughter some sacred cows and possibly save you $50,000 in the process. The overlanding reality check. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth that nobody in the overlanding community wants to admit. Most overlanding is just camping with extra steps and a bigger budget. Real talk. According to camping industry data, 90% of people who consider themselves overlanders are really just driving to established campgrounds on maintained dirt roads. You don't need a $100,000 or more likely $1 million earth roamer to reach a KOA campground, folks. Here's a perfect example. My buddy, Dave, let's call him that because that's actually his name, spent a fortune on a kitted out 4Runner for a Pacific Northwest camping trip. First day out, it starts raining. I mean, really raining because, it's the Pacific Northwest. So what does our intrepid overlander do with his $60,000 adventure machine? He drives back to the hotel to change clothes because his ultimate adventure rig had zero livable interior space when the weather turned nasty. Meanwhile, if he had had a minivan, he could have changed his clothes, made coffee, waited out the storm, and maybe even taken a nap, all without leaving his campsite. And this brings us to the first devastating advantage of the all-wheel drive minivan: interior space. When a Honda Odyssey has 144 cubic feet of cargo space with the seats folded, and a Chevy Tahoe, a full-size SUV, has only 122 cubic feet, we need to have a serious conversation about what overlanding actually requires. Because here's what actual overlanding looks like. You drive somewhere beautiful, you set up camp, and then, this is crucial, you actually want to enjoy being there. When it rains, snows, or gets too hot, you need livable space, not a cramped cab where you can't even sit up straight. The dirty secret of overlanding? Most of those extreme trails you see on YouTube are just forest service roads that any all-wheel drive vehicle can handle. The Rubicon Trail gets all the attention, but 99% of overlanders will never attempt it. They're driving to dispersed camping spots that your grandmother could reach in a Subaru Outback. So if we're being honest about what overlanding actually is, driving dirt roads to go camping, then maybe it's time to choose vehicles based on camping comfort, not rock crawling ability you'll never use. The minivan advantages. Now that we've established that most overlanding is really just car camping with attitude, let's talk about why all-wheel drive minivans absolutely demolish traditional overlanding rigs in almost every practical category. Stow and go supremacy. First up, stow and go seating. This isn't just convenient, it's revolutionary for camping. With a few quick moves, you've got a completely flat, lounge-like space that's over 6 feet long. Compare this to a pickup truck where your camp setup involves crawling into a bed that's barely 6 feet long and maybe 4 feet wide. In a minivan, you've got enough space to actually live during bad weather. Picture this scenario. You're at a campsite and it starts pouring. In your lifted Tacoma with a camper shell, you're basically trapped in a horizontal coffin. In a minivan, you've got enough space to read, play cards, make a meal, or just relax while waiting for the weather to pass. And let's talk about dignity. Have you ever tried to change clothes in the back of a pickup truck? It's like an R-rated yoga class that nobody asked for, but I'd happily pay for. In a minivan, changing clothes is normal. It's a revolutionary concept, I know. Roof tent paradise. Now, add a roof tent to this equation and you've basically created a mobile luxury suite. The minivan becomes your living room, kitchen, and gear storage, while the roof tent is your private bedroom with a view. This is the secret sauce that traditional overlanders don't want to admit. A minivan with a roof tent gives you more usable space than a $200,000 custom overland rig. You get a fully enclosed, weatherproof living area below and a comfortable bedroom above. Think about it. Your typical overland rig has maybe 40 square feet of interior space. A minivan gives you about 60 square feet on the ground level, plus another 20 to 30 square feet in the roof tent. You're looking at double the living space for a fraction of the cost. Stealth camping mastery. Here's where minivans absolutely destroy every other overlanding vehicle: stealth camping. When you need to park for the night in a parking lot, a residential area, a rest stop, nothing beats the invisibility of a minivan. That massive Ford Raptor with a roof tent, it screams, "I'm living here," to every security guard and noisy neighbor within a mile. A stock-looking all-wheel drive Sienna? Yeah, it's just another parent dropping off kids at soccer practice. It's the ultimate camouflage. And in a world where stealth camping is becoming increasingly necessary due to land access restrictions and urban camping bans, being invisible is a superpower. You can park in places where an obvious adventure rig would get towed within hours. The psychology is simple. Nobody suspects the minivan. Police driving past think, soccer mom, not homeless camper. That lifted truck with KC lights and a roof rack, that's getting a knock on the window at 2 a.m. Everyday practicality. But here's the real genius of the all-wheel drive minivan strategy. It's actually useful the other 350 days a year when you're not camping. A Toyota Sienna hybrid returns over 30 miles per gallon combined, while your typical overlanding rig struggles to break 20. Over a year, that's thousands of dollars in fuel savings. School pickup? Perfect. Airport run? Sure. Plenty of space for luggage? Yeah. Home Depot runs? Easy. You can fit a full sheet of plywood. Try doing any of that comfortably in your rock-crawling hero mobile. And here's something the overlanding influencers don't tell you. Most dedicated overlanding rigs are terrible daily drivers. They're loud, they ride rough, they get awful gas mileage, and they're impossible to park in normal spaces. Accessibility and availability. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. While everyone's saving up for their dream Gladiator, Rubicon, or custom van build, you can get into a capable all-wheel drive minivan for reasonable money. A brand new Toyota Sienna all-wheel drive starts around $37,000, while a comparably equipped midsize truck or SUV can easily push $50,000 to $60,000. Used all-wheel drive minivans? Enter even better deals. But the real kicker is this. Minivans work out of the box. No need for lift kits or bigger tires, aftermarket bumpers, or $3,000 roof racks. Buy it, add a roof tent if you want, and you're ready for 95% of overlanding adventures. A typical overlanding build starts with a $45,000 truck and then adds $20,000 to $30,000 in modifications. A minivan setup? Maybe $5,000 in accessories if you go crazy. We're talking about a $50,000 difference in total cost. And here's the part that'll really sting. After spending all that money on your overlanding rig, you'll probably have less usable space and comfort than the person who bought a minivan and called it a day. Addressing the objections. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about ground clearance? What about approach angles? What about looking cool at the coffee shop? Let me address these concerns one by one. But the ground clearance. Hey, the Toyota Sienna all-wheel drive has 8 inches of ground clearance, which is actually more than many cars and adequate for the vast majority of Forest Service roads and camping spots. Remember, we're not rock crawling here. Most overland routes are Class 2 or Class 3 trails, basically maintained dirt roads that Forest Service vehicles use regularly. If a government sedan can make it, your all-wheel drive minivan can make it. And here's the secret. You can get lift kits for minivans. Companies like iCamper showcase lifteds with bigger tires that can handle surprisingly challenging terrain while still maintaining their on-road manners. What about durability? Honda and Toyota minivans are among the most reliable vehicles on the road. And the Sienna shares its underpinnings with the Highlander, which is considered a reliable adventure vehicle. These aren't fragile grocery getters. They're engineered to carry heavy loads and handle family abuse for 200,000 plus miles. If they can survive years of soccer practices and family road trips, they can handle your weekend camping adventures. The cool factor. The real issue. Let's be honest, this isn't about capability, it's about image. I know, I like looking good, obviously. But you want to look like Bear Grylls, not like you're heading to a PTA meeting. But here's the plot twist. The overlanding minivan community is growing, and some of these builds are genuinely impressive. A lifted Sienna with a roof tent, quality wheels, and subtle modifications can look surprisingly adventure-ready. More importantly, true adventure isn't about impressing strangers at the gas station, it's about getting to amazing places and enjoying them comfortably. If your ego requires an $80,000 truck to go car camping, maybe the problem isn't the vehicle. And, if you have the money, more power to you. Besides, when you're watching the sunset from your comfortable mobile base camp while the guy in the $100,000 rig is cramped in his cab waiting for the rain to stop, who's really winning? The surprising truth about capability. Here's where things get really interesting. Modern all-wheel drive minivans are more capable than most people realize, and the gap between them and traditional overlanding rigs is smaller than you think. Real-world capability. The Toyota Sienna's all-wheel drive system can send up to 80% of the power to the rear wheels when needed, and it includes terrain management systems that adjust power delivery for different conditions. This isn't some basic all-weather system, it's a legitimate off-road capable setup that many crossovers would envy. Combined with proper tires and careful route selection, it'll take you to 90% of the places you actually want to go. And remember, most people who think they need some extreme off-road capability never actually use it. The Rubicon Trail is famous precisely because it's exceptional. Most trails are much easier. The modification potential. For those who want more capability, the modification scene is growing. Lift kits, larger tires, skid plates, and rock sliders are all available for popular minivan platforms. A 3-inch lift with a 31-inch all-terrain tire transforms a minivan's capability while maintaining its practical advantages. You get most of the off-road ability with none of the daily driving compromises. The beauty is that even modified, a minivan remains livable. It still fits in your garage. It still gets reasonable gas mileage and still works as a family vehicle. The ultimate adventure combination. When you combine an all-wheel drive minivan with some thoughtful accessories like a roof tent, quality tires, maybe a small lift, interior camping conversion, you get something remarkable. A vehicle that's 95% as capable as a dedicated overlanding rig, but 200% more practical. You're looking at a total investment of $25,000 to $40,000 for a complete overlanding minivan setup versus $70,000 to $100,000 for a comparable traditional build. The minivan gives you more living space, better fuel economy, superior stealth camping ability, and daily driver practicality. The real-world test. But does this all work in practice? Road and Track took a Toyota Sienna on an 8-day camping trip through Montana, covering over 1,000 miles on dirt roads, and it did everything they needed and delighted off the road. Overlanding enthusiasts are discovering that minivans can reach 90% of desired camping locations while offering superior comfort and practicality. The limiting factor isn't the vehicle, it's often the driver's ambition and route planning. Families are converting minivans for extended camping trips, proving that with thoughtful setup, these vehicles can support serious adventure travel. The key is matching the vehicle to your actual needs, not your fantasy self-image. So the next time someone laughs at your overlanding minivan, you're lounging comfortably in your mobile living room, getting double their fuel economy and probably having twice as much fun. Sometimes, the best adventure vehicle is the one that just gets out of the way and lets you focus on the adventure itself. And sometimes, just sometimes, that vehicle happens to have sliding doors and a reputation for hauling soccer teams.